Events turn for the worse in many countries when leaders are put to knife edge with an option to leave power and run for dear life. Africa has many of these examples. Charles Taylor, who took power in 1990 after deposing Samuel Doe, who was brutally murdered and his genitals cut out, stepped down in 2003, handed over power to Vice President Moses Blah, and sought for asylum in Nigeria, where he was arrested after attempting to escape. Interpol had issued a red notice against him. The 69-year-old is currently serving a prison term in the United Kingdom, having been convicted by a UN-backed count for war crimes and crimes against humanity over supporting rebels who committed atrocities in Sierra Leone. He was convicted in 2012 on 11 charges, among them murder, rape, use of child soldiers by rebel groups in neighboring Sierra Leone, and terrorism between 1990 to 2002 civil war, which cost an estimated 50,000 lives. Hosni Mubarak, the former president of Egypt, succeeded Anwar Sadat, who was assassinated on October 6th in 1980 while attending a military parade to commemorate the 1973 Arab-Israeli War. Everything came crashing down when a massive, vibrant force broke out in Cairo's Tahrir Square and elsewhere in Egypt. The 89-year-old Hosni Mubarak, Egypt's third longest-serving head of state, served a 3-year jail term for crimes committed while still in power, ordering for the murder of peaceful protesters during the Arab Spring protests. Ivory Coast's Laurent Gbagbo, the 72-year-old, is undergoing trial at the Hague-based International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity, including murder, rape, and persecution. After 20 years in opposition, he came to power in 2000 when military leader Robert Guyu's attempts to rig elections were defeated by street protests in the main city, Abidjan. However, in April 2011, Gbagbo was himself forced out of office, captured in a bunker at the presidential palace by United Nations and French-backed forces supporting his rival, Alassane Ouattara. Muammar Gaddafi, in power since 1969. Libya's Muammar Gaddafi met his humane fate in 2011 October. Feared, loathed, respected and worshipped, Gaddafi had been Africa's and the Arab world's longest-serving ruler. Eventually, when rebels entered Tripoli in 2011, August 21st, he died on a dagger. Reports it was a boy who pushed a knife after he was found hiding in a gutter. Burkina Faso's Blaise Compaoré, the 66-year-old, was deposed in October 2014 following nationwide protests sparked by his efforts to expand his 27-year hold on power. He sought asylum in Ivory Coast, and last year he was given an Ivorian citizenship, effectively ending the prospect his extradition to face murder charges back home, where he's wanted over his alleged role in the murder of iconic ex-leader Thomas Sankara in 1987. Robert Mugabe, knighted by the Queen of England Elizabeth II to the Grand Knight Cross in Order of the Bath in 1994 for his role in the development of Zimbabwe and UK relations, though annulled successively. Standing at 93, being the oldest head of state on earth, Mugabe being surpassed by his sacked deputy with a vast military backing. One reason could explain the fall of all these leaders: overstaying in power and unpopular policies. I am Sean Chimley, NBS Live at 9.